You've just clicked on a brand new episode of the Benny and Richie Show.
Yep, it's going to be a very classy episode today. I'm wearing my smoking jacket. We don't have a fire, but we have nice warm lights. We have a glass of wine. I just farted, that'll bring everything down, but you can't smell it, so let's get going.
It's another punchy episode as we get our freak on with F3AR or something. Have a drink with Yahtzee of Zero Punctuation fame, and we take on the world's best street fighter. But first...
90 seconds of knowledge.
It's a massive shock, but Hollywood mustn't be watching the Benny and Richie Show. They're not listening to us. More movies based on video games.
Yeah, and not just that, they're making sequels on the crap video game movies that they're already making.
Yeah.
There's going to be another Hitman movie, and
you loved the first one.
The internet is abuzz as to whether they're going to be able to get Timothy Olyphant to come back.
I can't believe he's not going to do it.
I think he's probably available.
And the other one, Mass Effect 2, picked up by Legendary Pictures.
Mass Effect. And then there may be a
Mass
Mass Effect 2. That is something that potentially could be very good. Legendary Pictures have picked it up. They make great films. So yeah, let's see.
So Ben, I know that you wear undies, Warner Brothers cartoon undies, but now there's video game ones coming.
There are, and I've been looking for new lingerie to buy for your wife. No More Heroes, No More Heroes 2, which is pretty much only the sexy game. It's the only sexy game on the Wii.
Not that sexy.
Well, compared to the Mario games, it's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
And now there is No More Heroes 2 lingerie.
Yeah.
$50 a pop. It kind of looks like standard lingerie, but I don't know. What do you think?
Valentine's Day is a fair way away, and I don't reckon I'm going to be buying it now, and I won't be buying it then.
Should be getting it anyway. So apparently, Richie, some of the big wigs at Microsoft, your Steve Ballmers and your Jobs, are not that particularly happy with what's happening in the games division.
Yeah, a couple of gurus behind Xbox, Jay Allard and Robbie Buck, questions hanging over their futures. Apparently, the division's not doing so well outside of Xbox 360. The tablet they were working on is in jeopardy. So yeah, we'll find out more at E3, I think.
It's pretty telling considering that this is going to be, well, Wired said it's going to be the year of the tablet. The iPad looks like it's going to be huge, and yeah, troubling times for Microsoft.
And that's 90 seconds of knowledge.
Richie, you love Brisbane, you love the UFC,
love it.
You love the Manor Bar, you love Yarg, you love Yarg.
Yeah, I'm going to marry Young.
So you must have loved this story.
Sort of.
We've got door prizes to give away. You should have gotten a ticket. So don't feel too bad if you are really at UFC.
Mana potion. You said something about beating my ass before? Oh, no. Yeah! I got flash locked out. It was whack. It was whack.
So I'm here with Yahtzee of Zero Punctuation fame and one of the owners of Manabite, standing outside. Now, when you guys started this bar 2 months ago, it was a bit of a risk. There was some skepticism. How's it going?
It's going really well, actually. Surprisingly. I was surprised.
Yeah. We're here for the UFC Undisputed Game Arena event. This has got to be a game for you. It's a perfect Yahtzee game, right?
UFC? What? Two sweaty men grappling with each other on the floor in their pants?
Quick.
I like a story. There's not much story when you're nose to taint with another man.
Yeah. Now, I heard your trivia nights are a bit of a hit.
Yeah, it's going surprisingly well. I write the questions myself, so I try to mix it up a bit, catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Like last week, week before last, I had a question that was basically, what tie was I wearing during the second round? Because I'd been switching out my tie between each round without telling anyone.
Yeah.
And that caught everyone off guard.
Zero Punctuation's kicking along, so obviously it's world renowned.
Yeah, it's going well. And my novel comes out this year.
Yeah. You got a book coming out. What's it about?
It's called Mog World. It's a book about a character who's gradually realizing that he's an NPC in a MMO.
Yeah.
It's a lot of acronyms there.
In all seriousness, have you played UFC at all?
No.
You don't? No plans to tonight?
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption all week.
Yeah.
It's taking up all my time. It's a bloody big game.
And what's your booze consumption been like since you guys opened this bar?
Well, it's certainly gone up. I always think I'd drink maybe 3 drinks a week since it opened.
What about...
I'm just going crazy, man.
Alright Joel, you've beaten a lot of trash talking and a bit of stiff competition to win the first Game Arena UFC comp. How technical is it? We've been bagging out saying it's button mashing, but is there a trick to it?
It is pretty technical. I mean, I won the finals with submission. He was button mashing, I think.
Did you play the previous version, the 2009?
I did. I was really good at that game. I won like 90% of my matches online.
Yeah.
And I tried to learn this one last night in a few hours, but I haven't got the hang of it yet. But
What are the main differences that you've found so far?
the ground game,
Yeah.
I could get someone in full mount in the first one in like 10 seconds. I can't get him in this one, so,
Yeah.
you know, a bit more to learn.
You're going to enjoy a couple of drinks now, I'm assuming.
Yep, I will be getting pretty drunk now.
And kisses from ring girls. That's always good.
Yeah, it is good. That is good.
Richie, quick question. How excited are you about F3AR?
I think you're referring to Fear 3, Ben.
I am referring to F3AR.
How excited are you about it? You met the guy?
I think it's an odd name, but I think it'll be a good game. Let's have a chat.
So Ernest Amora, you're one of the producers of Fear 3. Now
Yes.
your name, it really sounds like you should be a character in a video game. Fear 4, Ernest Amora, the
There it is. Yeah.
swashbuckling hero. So tell us a little bit about Fear 3. It's been a while.
Yep. There were expansions, but really Fear 3 is continuing the story of Fear 1 and 2. If you look back to Fear 1, it was the story about, the main character, Point Man. He was a super soldier, and they were sent to investigate paranormal activity. Along the way, part of your mission was to eliminate Pax and Fettle, who you later learn is your brother, is Point Man's brother. But of course, Alma Wade was the overwhelming paranormal force in the first game. Alma returned in the second game. Her power was expanded, and the main character in the second game, Michael Beckett, attempted to stop Alma. But at the end of the game, at the end of Fear 2, he was taken advantage of by Alma, and Alma ended up being pregnant. So here we are in the third title, and it really continues the story of family. It continues the story of Point Man, the story of Pax and Fettle, and Alma Wade.
Now the skew on Fear 1 was definitely PC,
Yes.
and slowly we've been getting more and more to the console. And Fear 3, tell me about the differences between the PC and the console versions. Are they both strong? Can you tell me which one's weaker? Because one of them's going to be weaker. Come on.
Well, actually, the reality is they're all going to be equally strong, and the reason for that is we're not doing any ports here. When you look back at some past PC titles that were really strong on PC, a lot of games were ported over to consoles. With Fear 3, we're simultaneously developing on all three platforms. We're taking advantage of the strength of all three platforms.
Now, I'm not going to say that it's been a good time for survival horror as far as movies go.
Right.
It's just been a voluminous time. There's been a lot of survival horror movies. A lot of them have been really bad.
Yep.
You're obviously a fan of the genre. Can you tell us what you kind of like? What are your cultural touchstones for Fear 3?
Well, we're really expanding the world of Fear 3, and we're amping up the horror. And to do that, we're involving Steve Niles and John Carpenter. Steve Niles is a master of horror space with lots of comic books. He did 30 Days of Night. And so Steve Niles worked with the dev team. He co-wrote the script and the story hand in hand all along the way. So we're amping up horror in that way. But also John Carpenter, The Thing.
Yeah.
He lent his expertise to the cinematics and really helped us amp up the horror in that regard.
Now you were saying that this is the last of a trilogy. Is that really the case, or are there going to be more Fear games, or is this it? This is going to be a trilogy that finally ends on the third game.
Who knows? What I'll say is that the story aspects of Fear 1 and 2, we are closing those threads and we are wrapping up in Fear 3. It's very much continuing the story of the family. Sky's the limit after this. Who knows where we'll go?
Thanks a lot, Ernest. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Now, Richie, I used to think that all Asian people could play Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
You can't play Street Fighter 2 at all. And then I was thinking no Asian people can play Street Fighter 2. And then I met this bloke.
Now, Toxie, your day was a day of glory, but not necessarily a reward. Tell us what happened today.
Yeah, basically came third and top 2 get the ticket to America. So I missed out by one spot.
The big bad beast is here,
Yep.
and apparently you took a match from him.
Yeah, I took one game off him.
So you must know Daigo because he's been the best for what, 10 years, something like that.
He's the most famous Street Fighter player ever. He's very, very, very good.
And getting a win, how does that feel?
Feels very good.
Does it feel better than getting a free trip to Vegas?
No way.
Richie and I are going to have a crack against the beast. How do you think we'll go?
Which character do you use?
I use Ryu actually.
Hard.
It's hard. Who should I use?
I don't know, something new.
Something new.
Yeah, new characters.
Because then that'll just confuse it.
Yeah, it's the fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Daigo, greatest Street Fighter player of all time. This is what they tell me. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. Good. Now you're going to be playing me and Richie at Street Fighter 4. We have played quite a lot of Street Fighter, but it was in 1989. How do you think we're going to go?
He thinks he can win.
He thinks he can win. Oh, big talk. Okay, so tell us how much training and how much fighting you do and how much time you spend on Street Fighter.
ちょっと想像もつかないけど、試合数で言うと
You can't imagine, but if you put it in how many matches, about 20,000 matches.
20,000 matches. And the question begs, do you ever get bored of it?
もちろんありますね。
Of course, yes, I did.
You're known for using Ryu most of the time. Have you experimented with any of the other characters or you just found what works and that's it for you?
最初はガイルを
So he first tried for Guile, and
それ以外でも
for the other characters that doesn't have a clue, then he does his own research.
仕組みを理解するようにしています。
Okay, now we're going to go and play some Street Fighter now. We're going to go against each other and then you're going to go against Richie as well. But can you please tell Daigo that my character had to cut a lot of weight. He normally fights at 250, this is going to be 205. He's just had a knee reconstruction as well, so that's a caveat as well. And he's actually coming over a stomach virus as well, so we don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, there are those caveats. Can you explain them too?
I think that's too complicated for me.
Too difficult. All right, well let's just get into it.
Not very confident. I don't even know how to select the character. No hits. Thank you. 0 hits. Unbelievable.
It's E3 time of the year again. I can't believe it. 2010 is about to
Rolls
happen.
around quickly, doesn't it? Now, E3 used to be so much fun. Like, Sony had Michael Jackson play at one of their parties once.
They did.
And then it was booth babes, and it was ridiculous amounts of money, and it was penthouses, and it was champagne.
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And then that all sort of disappeared.
You enjoyed
but
that one?
last year, it kind of feels like it's picking up again.
I think it's going to be another huge year, actually.
Yeah?
There's going to be good games, too. We can't forget about the games.
Oh, we're going to go and watch some games?
I think we should probably play a couple while we're over there.
Okay, we'll tell you about the games and whatever else we find next week.
See you then.
Bye.